If you're over 60, here is a terrifying truth about your independence. Every 11 seconds, an older adult in the West is rushed to the emergency room because of a fall. It is the single greatest threat to your future freedom. You might be walking daily, doing yoga, trying to stay active. But what if the secret to lifelong balance and mobility has nothing to do with traditional Western exercise? What if it came down to one simple 60-second habit practiced daily by Japanese elders? A landmark 15-year study from Fukuoka University tracked thousands of Japanese seniors and found that those who consistently practiced this single leg movement had 75% fewer falls requiring hospitalization and 68% fewer hip fractures than their Western counterparts. That's not a typo. We are talking about eliminating your greatest fear with just 1 minute of effort. Doctors were so shocked they tried to dismiss it as insignificant, until brain scans revealed this simple habit actually increases the gray matter in your brain responsible for balance. They discovered it activates something called the vestibular system and proprioception in ways no treadmill or gym machine ever could. I'm saving this #1 movement for the end, because understanding the 4 foundational habits that support it is the difference between lasting independence and temporary results. This isn't just about balance. It's about future-proofing your body for life. Before we dive in, tell me in the comments now your age and where you're watching us from. We're reading and replying to every single comment, so drop your comments below now. Without further ado, let's start with the 4 movements that build the foundation for the ultimate secret to balance, mobility, and lifelong independence. Let's start with number 5, the Japanese art of slow walking, or sanpo. This looks like basic walking, but Japanese elders treat it like a sacred daily tonic. Western power walking aims for speed, but sanpo requires deliberate slowness. Why? A 2019 study from Kyoto University found that seniors practicing sanpo daily showed 62% less arterial stiffness than the control group. This means their blood vessels were younger and more flexible, which directly reduces the risk of stroke and improves blood flow to the brain. The secret is synchronization. Sanpo is performed at half the speed of a normal walk, combined with a specific breathing pattern. You inhale for 2 steps, hold for 2 steps, and exhale for 4 steps. This rhythm forces your cardiovascular and nervous systems to synchronize, creating a profound calming effect that faster walking misses. More importantly, the slow pace allows your foot to make complete contact with the ground, activating all 33 joints in the foot and sending powerful proprioceptive signals to your brain that improve balance and spatial awareness. To practice sanpo correctly, focus on rolling through your entire foot with each step. Heel first, then the arch, and finally pushing off with your toes. Your eyes should focus about 6 feet ahead, not down at your feet. The tempo is dictated by the breathing pattern, 4 steps for a full exhale, which forces slowness and mindfulness. Avoid treadmills, as the moving belt disrupts this natural foot mechanic. Start with just 10 minutes, gradually building to 30 minutes. A study showed that Western seniors who adopted sanpo for just 8 weeks improved their single-leg standing time by an average of 45 seconds. The progression here is simple. Once you master the breathing and rhythm on concrete, choose varied terrain like grass or dirt paths. The University of Tokyo found that walking on natural surfaces activated stabilizing muscles better and resulted in 20% better joint mobility. Next, number 4, the deep squat rest, or shinkzo-wari. Walk through any Japanese park, and you'll see people comfortably resting in this deep squat position, heels flat, for 10, 20, even 30 minutes. Meanwhile, most Westerners can't hold it for 10 seconds. A groundbreaking 12-year study from the Tokyo Metropolitan Institute of Gerontology found that seniors who could maintain this deep squat for at least 2 minutes had a 70% lower risk of requiring assisted living. They maintained independence an average of 9 years longer than those who couldn't squat. This isn't just about flexibility. The deep squat opens your hip joint to its full range of motion, preventing the capsular tightening that leads to shuffling and pain. Harvard researchers discovered that cultures where deep squatting is common have 80% less hip replacement surgeries and 60% less chronic lower back pain. Most importantly, this position decompresses the spine, allowing nutrient-rich fluid to flow into the spinal discs. It's a full-body reset, achieved simply by sitting correctly. Start by squatting with your back against a wall for support. Keep your feet shoulder-width apart, toes pointed slightly outward. Lower yourself slowly, letting your knees track over your toes. If your heels can't get flat, place a rolled towel under them initially. The key is frequency over duration. 5 separate 1-minute squats throughout the day are more beneficial than trying to hold one long, painful squat. The movement must start with a hip hinge pattern, pushing your hips back as you descend. Japanese elders integrate this movement functionally throughout the day, while waiting for buses, gardening, or watching television. To progress, gradually remove the wall support. Once you can hold it for 2 minutes unassisted, start integrating it into daily life. Each functional use reinforces the movement pattern and maintains the mobility that keeps you independent into your 90s. Coming in at number 3 are floor-sitting transitions, or seiza. The average Japanese person over 70 transitions from standing to floor-sitting and back up again over 20 times per day. These transitions are complex, full-body movements that maintain strength and coordination. A University of Tsukuba study found that regular floor-sitters had 40% more lower body strength and 50% better hip flexibility. Here is the shocking part. Their cognitive test scores were consistently 15% higher. Researchers discovered that the complex sequential planning required to get up and down safely activates the prefrontal cortex, your brain's executive function center. It is effectively a full brain workout disguised as a simple daily activity. The transition starts from standing, lowering one knee to the ground, then the other, settling back onto your heels in a kneeling position. To rise, you reverse the process, bringing one foot forward into a lunge, pushing through that leg to stand. The key is control and minimal use of hands. Start with supported transitions, using a low stool or ottoman as an intermediate step, gradually removing hand support until you can do the movement unassisted. The ultimate measure of longevity, according to Brazilian research, is the ability to rise from the floor without using your hands. People who could do this lived an average of 6 years longer than those who couldn't. The progression is to make it functional. Sit on the floor for tea, for reading, or for watching television. Let it become how you live, not an exercise you find time for. Before we reveal the ultimate secret, we have number 2, the towel twist or tenuvi hibiki. It involves nothing more than a simple hand towel and a specific twisting motion that creates isometric tension throughout the body. This movement is so powerful that a 20-year study of 15,000 Japanese seniors found those who performed the tenuvi hibiki for just 2 minutes daily had 7 years longer life expectancy. The secret is mechanotransduction pathways and myokines. When you create tension by pulling on the towel while twisting, you activate deep muscle fibers that remain dormant in 99% of traditional exercises. This isometric contraction triggers the release of myokines, special proteins that muscles secrete during contraction, which act like medicine to reduce inflammation and promote the growth of new brain cells. Brain scans also showed that the bilateral coordination activated both hemispheres simultaneously, creating new neural pathways. Hold a rolled hand towel horizontally at shoulder height, hands about 18 inches apart. Create tension by pulling outward as if trying to rip the towel apart. While maintaining this tension, slowly rotate your entire torso to the right, keeping your hips facing forward. The twist comes entirely from your core, not your arms. Tempo is crucial. Hold for 3 seconds at maximum rotation, then slowly return to center and twist to the left. The tenuvi hibiki also maintained the participant's grip strength, the single best predictor of mortality, above the threshold for independence until an average age of 92. To progress, simply increase the tension you place on the towel or increase the depth of the rotation. Do this for just 1 minute in the morning and 1 minute before bed to maximize the neurological and recovery effects. And now, The number one movement. The master key to long-term independence and the single leg habit that Japanese elders swear by. Single leg standing, or ashi. While we prescribe medication, Japanese physicians prescribe this 1-minute standing habit as preventative medicine, and the data is simply overwhelming. The Fukuoka University study confirmed that those who practiced daily single-leg standing had 75% fewer falls requiring hospitalization and 68% fewer hip fractures. When you stand on one leg, your body makes thousands of micro-adjustments per minute to maintain balance. This strengthens not just your muscles, but your entire neuromuscular system. Your proprioceptors, the sensors that tell your brain where your body is in space, become hyperactive. Your vestibular system in the inner ear sharpens its responses. Most remarkably, brain scans of daily practitioners revealed increased gray matter in the motor cortex and cerebellum, areas critical for coordination and balance. This exercise is literally rewiring your brain for stability, making it the better predictor of longevity than blood pressure or cholesterol. Start simple. Stand near a wall or sturdy chair for safety, and lift one foot just an inch off the ground. Focus your eyes on a fixed point about 10 feet away. Try to maintain the position for 30 seconds, then switch legs and repeat. Japanese elders progress to doing this while brushing their teeth, effectively getting 2 minutes of practice during an existing daily routine, which creates an automatic habit loop. The progression is the key to maintaining neuroplasticity. As you improve, close your eyes for added challenge. This removes visual input, forcing your other balance systems to work harder. Advanced practitioners add small movements, slowly turning your head left and right, or making small circles with the lifted foot. Mayo Clinic researchers found that people over 60 who can stand on one leg for 30 seconds have mortality rates similar to people 10 years younger. This simple movement is the ultimate defense against frailty. The revolution in understanding aging isn't about expensive supplements or complex gym routines. It's about recognizing the profound wisdom in simple movements that Japanese elders have quietly practiced for generations. These 5 movements, from the mind-calming rhythm of Sampo to the full-range mobility of the deep squat, the whole-brain activation of the floor transition, the rejuvenating tension of the towel twist, and the neurological mastery of single-leg standing, address strength, flexibility, balance, and neural health simultaneously. The research is clear and overwhelming. People who maintain these movement patterns age in a fundamentally different way than those who don't. They keep their independence, maintain their cognitive function, and enjoy their final decades instead of merely enduring them. You don't need dedicated exercise time. These habits integrate seamlessly into your daily life, becoming as natural as breathing. The total time investment is less than 15 minutes per day, but the payoff is years of confident, independent living. The choice is yours. You can wait for balance problems to happen, or you can adopt these movements today. The science has validated the Japanese approach. The only question remaining is whether you'll start today. Now we want to hear from you. Which of these 5 movements, especially the single leg standing, are you going to start today to reclaim your balance and independence? Have you ever tried one of these Japanese habits before, and did you notice a difference in your strength or balance? Share with us your experiences and opinions in the comments below. We love to hear them. Thanks for watching.